Damon's upfront opinion today. So today, what I thought I'd do is basically talk about why do men cheat? Because you find that a lot of women have this view that men are just cheats, and once a cheat, always a cheat. So what I thought I'd do today is take a look at why do men cheat? Are men more likely to cheat than women? Okay. And does cheating always mean the relationship is over? And what I'll even do is take a look at myself. Okay. So before doing this podcast, okay, I thought, right, let's go and have a look. Let's go good old ChatGPT, put it in, why do men cheat? And it's given me the most common reasons that men will cheat. Okay, so these are the most common lame ass excuses men will give a woman for why they've cheated, if they're willing to give an excuse. Okay, so starting from the top, relationship dissatisfaction, feeling emotionally disconnected, experiencing frequent conflict, or believing needs aren't being met. Okay, so that's number one. So that could be something to do with in the bed. Okay. Number two, desire for novelty or excitement. Okay, and I'll even say which one it was for me. Okay, the opportunity, is the opportunity there for them to be able to cheat? Maybe the missus is away, or on a trip. You know, maybe it's a secretary or something getting a bit close and everything. You got your opportunity, and hoping that the missus don't find out. Opportunity. Poor communication. You're just not talking to each other at the end of the day. Okay, you think, what's the point? Okay, low commitment. She ain't willing to commit. You want more. She doesn't. You think, why not? Validation and self-esteem. Now, one of the fundamental problems, and this is something I've spoken about in the past, is things to do with self-esteem and all that type of stuff. Now, men have issues with this, you know, where they're not willing to talk about all their emotional baggage and everything, and they let it push them down until they basically get to the breaking point and they start doing stupid things. Okay, we've all been there. So, you've got that one. Life transitions or personal crisis. Now, that could arguably be stages in life, you know, as you get older. Okay, people's lives change. Maybe kids have come in, marriage, maybe family members, you know, your mother or father's passed away, all these types of things, friends, all that type of stuff goes into that. Impulsivity or poor boundaries. Just can't help yourself at the end of the day. Revenge or retaliation. This is my favourite one. Now, I think this is a lame ass excuse. Okay, I'm sorry, I do. Okay, a woman goes and cheats on you. Okay, so you think, fuck it, I'll go and do the same. She wants to hurt me. She wants to cheat on me. I'm going to go and do exactly the same. Show her what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. Personal beliefs about monogamy. So that could be a case. You just don't simply believe in it. Okay. In being faithful. You know, you like to play the field at the end of the day. So the reality is, okay, this is the thing you got to look at. Are men more likely to cheat? And it depends at the age groups you look at. Now, as things stand at the moment, okay, statistically, the figures are getting worse. Okay, not for men, but for women. Okay, because one of the things that you find, okay, is women's girlfriends will cover for them like nothing else on this earth. Okay, they will lie through their teeth for them. Men won't. You know, most men will grass them up. I know. I cheated on an ex-girlfriend. He grasped me up in seconds for it. You know, my girlfriend asked him, and he told her exactly what I'd been doing. He didn't think twice about it. We're still friends to this day, to be honest. But he did. He did. Women won't. They will cover and they will lie through their teeth for it. Okay. But what you will find is at a younger age, okay, say for instance 20s, maybe 30s, more women will cheat than men. Okay. When they start having children, so you could argue 30s, even 40s, and they're wanting a family and they're wanting to settle down, it's men. It's men that do all the cheating. So as they get older, men tend to cheat a damn sight more than women do. Okay. So as a reality, those are the stats. You know, that's the reality of where it is. So younger age is women. As men get older, they get a bit more free with their ways. Okay. Now, does cheating always mean a relationship is older? Now, if you was to ask my wife, and I had this discussion with her maybe 6 months ago, she said, walk away. Every person should walk away. Okay. Now, this is the way I look at it. Okay. If it's a man cheating on a woman, I would say, nah, it doesn't always mean the relationship is over. Okay. If it's a woman cheating on a man, the relationship is dead. It is dead and buried the first time. Now, I can take a look at myself because when I was married to my first wife, okay, my wife cheated on me. Okay, I was stupid enough to take her back. Okay, and within maybe 2 weeks, she cheated on me again. And you can all say you got exactly what you deserved. You were stupid enough to take her back. And yeah, you was. You're right. I was stupid enough to take her back, and I loved and cared about her. Okay, and that's why I took her back at the end of the day. But I got exactly what I deserved at the end of the day. Now, I said at the beginning of this video, I would take a look at myself and think, because I've been accused of cheating once when I wasn't guilty. Okay. And I've been accused of cheating twice when I was guilty. I was guilty of sin on both occasions. Okay, so what did it do? So if you take, for instance, the first time, okay, and I'll actually tell you exactly who it was. It'll probably get me in a lot of trouble. It was with, in some respects, I'd say my proper first girlfriend. Okay, she's a girl called Sophie, um, who I had a child with, and part of it was actually my own fault. Actually, I'd say 99.9% of it was my own fault because she was pregnant at the time. She was probably about 5 months pregnant, and I was clowning about, made a stupid comment, and she led to believe which I hadn't been cheating on her. Now, because of that, okay, it cost me everything. It cost me the relationship, cost me access to my daughter. Now, that daughter now will be 17 years old. Okay, so if you take, for instance, the 8th of July now, so she'll be 17 in 1, 2, 3, 7, 14, 21, 29 days' time. She'll be 17 days old. And I still ain't seen her because of what I did. So, sometimes there can be a penalty when you're not guilty of absolutely anything, and it will cost you absolutely everything. Now, I've seen my ex on countless occasions. Okay, I ain't got a problem with her now. I did for a long time. Okay, but I don't have a problem with her now. Okay, now, the other two occasions. And one was my girlfriend at the time. Okay, cheated on her with one particular girl. God, this is going to make me bad. I can't remember. This girl called Sarah. Okay, she at the time she lived in Waterlooville with her mother, and then I cheated on her with another girl who lived in Southampton, and then I cheated on her with another girl who lived in Portsmouth. Okay. Now I got grassed up for all of that. It was all at the same time, all going on at the same time. Now the question is, why did I do it? Because it's not a good thing to do. It's nothing to be proud of. I'm not proud of doing that. And at the time, it just boiled down to excitement. I was pretty bored. My life was going nowhere. You know, hadn't been long since I'd split up with Sophie. My daughter had been born. Was unable to see her. I was pretty depressed, to be honest. And I was going down the route of didn't really care about anything because I couldn't see my daughter, and that's all I really cared about. And that was the reason I did it, because I wanted a bit of excitement, and my life was going nowhere, and that's how it was at the time, you know. So, is it anything to be proud of? No. Do all men do it that way? No, they don't. The reality is, and a lot of women have this belief, oh, it's all about sex. It ain't. It is very rarely about sex at the end of the day. You know. So that's where it is. But what I'm going to ask today, because I did one of these type of videos last year, and I want to see if anybody's brave enough to admit that they cheated in the past and they managed to change. Because I had a guy that messaged me last year and said he cheated and it cost him his wife, cost him his house, it cost him his businesses, and it cost him his kids. And when he met somebody else, he thought, I ain't doing it again. I ain't losing everything all over again for a bit of fun. Okay, so let us know if you've managed to change, because most women believe once a cheat, always a cheat. So let us know. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again a bit later.